everyone, I'm Holland, and today I'm going to be telling you a little bit about why you should become an organ donor. I'm going to be telling you about what organ donation is, why you should become an organ donor, and how to become an organ donor. So I bet you're wondering, what is organ donation? Well, there's live organ donation, and there's also, you can donate organs after you have died. Organ donation is a process of surgically removing an organ or tissue from the organ donor and putting it into or onto the recipient. Transplants are usually needed when the recipient's organs have failed or has been damaged by disease or injury. Unfortunately, the number of people who need organ donations is much greater than the amount of organ donors there are. So what can be donated? Anything from liver, kidneys, pancreas, heart, lungs, intestines, the corneas of your eyes, middle ears, heart valves, connective tissue, bone marrow, bones, and even your skin can be donated. So who can donate? Anybody that has healthy enough organs can become an organ donor. And most people can be an organ donor and donate at least one of their organs. So some people don't want to become an organ donor because they may want a traditional funeral, but most of the surgeons who perform these procedures can usually make the body still presentable for a traditional funeral if you plan on donating after you've died. So why you should become an organ donor? Well, first off, you're saving lives. Just by being an organ donor, you can potentially save multiple lives. If you were to die and doctors were able to take your organs, they can be given to more than 20 people for skin grafts, bone transplants, and organ transplants. I'm personally an organ donor, so when I die, surgeons will be able to remove my organs and give them to a recipient who I'm a match with, but I'm also signed up for live kidney donation as well. I have a little cousin who's born with kidney disease, and he's going to need both of his kidneys replaced, so me as well as many other family members are all signed up for live organ donation for whenever he will need a transplant. Family member is the best match for a person most of the time. But sometimes in a family, family members aren't healthy enough to donate the organs, so they need a stranger. It's sad, but a lot of people end up waiting on that list and they die hoping that they get an organ waiting on that list. Also, becoming an organ donor, you could potentially save a family member's life. You never know if one of them's ever going to end up on that list. You could save their life. Third reason why you should do it, well, it's free. When you die, you are not going to need your organs. And giving away your organ is completely free if it's after you've died. If you're a live organ donor, you might have to pay for your surgery, but usually you can do fundraisers and stuff to pay for it. But otherwise, the recipient, if you're planning on donating after you die, the recipient might have to pay for it, but you have no costs. Fourth reason is there's a lot of organ trafficking because there's not enough organ donors. This is a big problem because people may kill someone for them or illegally buy organs in the black market. There's 3 different types of organ trafficking. The first type of organ trafficking is when the trafficker deceives a person or forces them to give up an organ. The second way is a trafficker convinces a person to sell their organs, which this is very dangerous because it's usually done unprofessionally and can leave the person donating. They can get a disease, an infection, or could even kill them from bleeding out or the surgery being done wrong. The third way is that a trafficker kills people to steal their organs and usually uses all the parts of the body to sell. This is not very common but has happened in the past. So how to become an organ donor? You can sign up to be an organ donor when getting your license. They'll usually ask you if you want to be one, and you check yes, and that'll be put onto your license. You can also sign up online for your state. Each state has a website where you can sign up to be an organ donor. If you want to become a live organ donor, though, depending on the hospital or person you'd like to donate to, you'll need to contact the head of the organ transplants or go to the hospital's website and sign up. If it's a specific person, you'll need to put their name down. Usually you'll be asked a few basic questions about your health, and if you pass the basic questionnaire, then you'll have to schedule an appointment to be tested to see who your organ matches with. Like I said, you'll have to, if you want a specific person, you'll be tested to see if you match with them. So in conclusion, today I told you about what organ donation is, why you should be an organ donor, and how to become an organ donor. So I hope that this has given you a greater perspective on organ donation, and thank you all so much for listening.